Hare Krishna Mataji, shall I make you the host?
Yes, Mataji, you can make me the host.
I'll make you host and I'll leave Mataji. I've live streamed
Sure.
already.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Danvat Pranam.
Danvat
Hare
Pranam,
Krishna.
everyone. Hare Krishna. So let's start with Prabhupada Pranati. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Bol. So, today we are going to, my voice is audible?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, so today we are going to do Canto 6, Chapter 18, Diti vows to kill King Indra. I'll share the screen. All of you can see the screen? Is it
Yes,
visible?
Mataji.
So, this is chapter 18. You finished chapter 17, right? So today we are going to start chapter 18, Diti vows to kill King Indra. As per the schedule, we are supposed to cover first 15 shlokas. And this chapter, initially in the beginning, it is describing the family of Kashyap and Aditi and Kashyap and Diti. So the Devatas and the Daityas. So how is the family? So in today's shloka, most of the all the shlokas are dealing with only the names. This is the husband, this is the wife, these are the children. Okay. So we will start from text 1. We will read the translation of each text because otherwise it will not be clear to us. Okay. Otherwise it will not be clear to us. So let's start Canto 6, Chapter 18, Text 1. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You can say with me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Hari Bol. So, text 1, translation. I would want each one of you to read. Who will read translation number 1 for text 1? Yes,
Prashant
Prashanti
Mataji. Yeah.
Sure.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Translation by Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, Prishni, who was the wife of Savita, the fifth of the 12 sons of Aditi, gave birth to 3 daughters, Savitri, Vyahitri, and Trai. And the sons named Agnihotra, Pashu, Soma, Chaturmasya, and the 5 Mahayagnas. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam.
Hari Bol. So now Shukdev Goswami is telling Parikshit Maharaj the family of Kashyap Muni. How many wives Kashyap Muni had? Kashyap Muni ki kitni patniyan thi? Kashyap Muni was married to 13. He had 13 wives. He was married to 13 daughters of Daksha Prajapati. So out of those 13, 2 are very famous, Diti and Aditi, right? You must have read before also the pastime of Kashyap and Diti. So in these shlokas, we will first study that Kashyap and how many children Kashyap Muni had from Aditi and how many children Kashyap Muni had from Diti. So Kashyap Muni and Aditi, they had 12 sons. And what were they called? What were those 12 sons called?
Daityas, Mataji.
Aditya.
Devatas, sorry.
Aditya.
Aditya,
Aditya Putra.
Devatas.
Yeah, because they are sons of Aditi, so they are called
Devatas.
Aditya.
Adityas. Okay.
Okay, so they are called Aditya. I will show you one small screen here. You can see these are the 12 names of the Aditya. So 12 names of Aditya: Vivaswan, Aryaman, Twastha, Savita, Bhag, Dhata, Vidhata, Varuna, Mitra, Anshuman, Indra and Vishnu. और विष्णु कौन है? वामन अवतार. वामन अवतार जो थे वो कश्यप और अदिति के पुत्र थे, right? He was the son of Kashyap Muni and Aditi. So these are the name of the 12 Adityas, Dwadash Aditya. Okay. So now Shukdev Goswami is saying that out of, now he's starting from the fifth one, the Savit. Okay. The Savit, the one who is the fifth Aditya. Okay. Again, I will show this one. So who was the wife of Savit? The fifth of the 12th son. Out of the 12th, he's starting from the fifth one. The first four he has not mentioned. So Savit, the wife was Prishni. The name of the wife of Savit was Prishni. And both of them together had 3 daughters and 9 sons. The name of 3 daughters were Savitri, Vyahatri and Trai. And there were 5 sons: Agnihotra, Pashu, Som, Chaturmasya and 5 Mahayagyas. Okay, so these are the 9 sons. Okay, then text 2. Archana Mataji, you will read text 2 translation.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Text 2 translation. O King Siddhi, who was the wife of Bhaga, the 6th son of Aditi, bore 3 sons named Mahima, Vibhu and Prabhu, and one extremely beautiful daughter whose name was Asi. Hare Krishna,
Asi.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna. And now after the 5th Aditya, now the 6th Aditya, his name was Bhag and his wife was Siddhi. Bhag and Siddhi, together they had 3 sons, Mahima, Vibhu and Prabhu, and one daughter, Asi. Okay. Then text 3 and 4. Padma Mataji, would you like to read the translation?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Very good.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Datta, the 7th son of Aditi, had 4 wives named Kuhu, Sinivali, Raka, and Anumati. These 5 begot 4 sons named Shayam, Darsha, Prata, and Purnamas respectively. The wife of Vidata, the 8th son of Aditi, was named Kriya. In her Vidata begot the 5 fire gods named the Purishyas. The wife of Varuna, the 9th son of Aditi, was named Charsani. Bhrigu, the son of Brahma, took birth again in his womb. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. So then further the family is being described. The 7th Aditya is Dhata and the 8th Aditya is Vidhata. So the wife of Dhatas, the Dhata had 4 wives, Kuhu, Sinivali, Raka and Anumati. From each wife he had 1 son. From Kuhu he had Sayam, from Sinivali Darsha, from Raka Prata, and from Anumati Purnamasa. So this is the 7th Aditya Dhata. Vidhata, the 8th Aditya, his wife was Kriya, and Vidhata and Kriya, they had 5 sons, and they are the 5 fire gods, the Agni Dev, which are named as Purishya. Okay. And then the 9th Aditya is Varun. Varun wife name is Charshini, and Bhrigu Muni, who was the Manas Putra of Brahmaji, he took birth again in her womb, because we see that these Munis, they come again and again, right? So in this we will see that the Munis already have taken the first birth from Brahmaji, and then now they are taking second birth again. So Bhrigu, the son of Brahma, he took birth again and became the son of Varun and Charshini. Okay, so let's do text 5. Salome Mataji, you will like to read?
Sure, Mataji. Just the
Text one.
translation, Mataji.
Yes, translation, yes.
By the semen of Varuna, the great mystic Valmiki took birth from an anthill. Brigu and Valmiki were specific sons of Varuna, whereas Agastya and Vashishtya rishis were the common sons of Varuna and Mitra, the 10th son of Aditi.
Haribol. So the 9th son is Varun, whose son Brigu took the birth as his son, and the 10th son was Mitra. Now here by the semen of Varun, okay, Valmiki took birth as an anthill. But if we know the story, what story of Valmiki? We know that he was a robber beforehand, right? Before he was a robber, Ratnakar, and then Narad Muni met him, and then he gave him the mantra of Ram, Ram, Ram. And then Ratnakar, he started chanting Ram, 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 and he was so much immersed in chanting Ram that he started chanting it ulta, which became Mara, 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 right? All of you know this story?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Right?
Mataji.
And when he was deeply absorbed in chanting the Harinam, then you know what happened? All around the body of Ratnakar, of that robber, who was now chanting the name of the Lord, a lot of soil, it get accumulated, right? The plants started erupting out of that. And the ants, they made small holes in that soil. So many ants had made so many holes that it was called ant. It became a ant. And then one day again, Narad Muni passed by the same passage and he saw, oh, there is an ant hill, and he knew that it is not ant hill. There is inside the same person whom he had given the Ram mantra. So he removed the whole soil and everything, and then Valmiki came out. And Narad Muni gave him the name Valmiki because Valmiki means the ant hill. Bal means ant and Miki means hill. So in Hindi we call Chintiyon ki Bambi, and in English we call ant hill. So thus Narad Muni gave him the name Valmiki. You are Valmiki because now you have emerged, you have come out of the ant hill. So this is the story we know about Valmiki. But here it is written that he was born by the semen of Varuna. So actually, to be true, I don't know this story. Okay, but what I assume from the previous shloka that this is also like the second rebirth. Valmiki also, and it is clearly Prabhupada has written here. He took birth from an anthill. Maybe it is the same thing. Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Ji.
Your voice is breaking, Mataji. Is it just for me or for even others?
Is it my voice breaking for everyone?
No,
It's
clear for us, Mataji.
No, Mataji.
It's clear
No,
for
it is
us.
clear.
My side, Mataji.
So
Sorry,
Shanti
Mataji.
Mataji, maybe you just see the signal strength, maybe it is weak. Or maybe you change the place.
Sure, Mataji. Sorry, Mataji.
No problem, it is fine, it's okay, no problem. So Valmiki
I'll
took birth
rejoin,
from
Mataji.
an anthill. Okay, so
Thank you,
Valmiki
Mataji.
took birth from an anthill. So this is the story we know of Valmiki, but how he became the son of Varun, this story I don't know anywhere. I have not read anywhere. But what I'm assuming from the previous shloka, just like Brigu Muni, he took birth again in the womb of Charshni. Similarly, this Valmiki Muni, and he did not take birth from the womb. He was born only by the semen. Then next line, if you see, Brigu and Valmiki were specific sons of Varun. So they are the sons of Varun. But Agastya and Vashisht Rishis are the common sons of Varun and Mitra. 9th and 10th son, Varun and Mitra, together they had two sons, Agastya and Vashisht. Though we know different stories of Agastya and Vashisht also. That Agastya Muni birth and Vashisht Muni birth also, we know different stories. But here again, they became the common sons of Varun and Mitra. How they became the common sons, we will see in the next shloka. Okay, Divya Mataji, you will read text 6, translation.
Yes, Mataji. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Upon seeing Urvashi, the celestial society girl, both Mitra and Varuna discharged semen which they preserved in an earthen pot. The two sons Agastya and Vasishtha later appeared from that pot, and they are therefore the common sons of Mitra and Varuna. Mitra begot 3 sons in the womb of his wife, whose name was Revati. Their names were Utsarga, Arishta, and Pippala. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Pippala.
Krishna, Hare Bol. So you see, Varun had 2 sons, Bhrigu and Valmiki, his own sons. Mitra, his wife name was Revati, and he had 3 sons from his wife, Utsarg, Arishta, and Pipla. But Vasishtha and Agast are the common sons of Varun and Mitra. How? One day, both of them, they saw Urvashi, the Apsara Urvashi, and they got so much attracted by her beauty that they lost the control. But they preserved their semen in an earthen pot together. In one pot, they put their semen together, and from that pot, 2 sons were born, Agastya and Vasishtha. That is why they are known as the common sons of Varun and Mitra. If you know, Agastya Muni had another names also. Kumbha Sambhav is one of the name of Agastya Muni. Kumbh means pot because he was born out of the pot. He became possible out of the pot. So one of his name is Kumbha Sambhav. And another name of Agastya Muni is Mitra Varuni. He is the son of Mitra and Varun together, of 2 brothers together. Okay, is this fine? Can we go to the next one? Sudha Mataji raised her hand. Would you like to read, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Mataji, yeah. Done.
Hare Krishna, yes.
Text 7, translation. O King Parikshit, Indra, the king of the heavenly planets and 11th son of Aditi, begot 3 sons, named Jayanta, Rishabha, and Nidusha, in the womb of his wife Paulomi. Thus we have heard. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol. Now the 11th Aditya is Indra himself. He is the king of the heavenly planets, and his wife is Pulomi, or the second name of his wife. What is the second name of his wife? What is the common name of Indra's wife?
Indrani.
Indrani, yes. That is the post because she's Indra's wife, so we call Indrani. But Shachi Devi, Shachi, right? Shachi. So her name is Pulomi or Shachi, and together they had 3 sons, Jayant, Rishabh, and Midusha. Do you know the story of Jayant? Any pastime of Jayant? Anybody remembers? Have you heard this name Jayant before?
No, Mataji.
You have not heard in Ramayana?
No, Mataji.
So it is the pastime when Bhagwan was in Chitrakoot. He was spending his exile in Chitrakoot. So one evening, Ram and Sita were sitting there and enjoying the beauty of Chitrakoot on the banks of Mandakini. And then this son of Indra, Jayant, he came in the form of a crow. And he pierced Sita Mata on her shoulder. At that end, the blood started oozing out, and she was in pain. When Lord Ramachandra saw Sita Mata in pain, so then he saw around, and there was one what do we call in Hindi? We call tinka, like a small wooden thing was there, and he just threw that thing on Jayant. And that tinka, like he was following Jayant, he was following that crow like a arrow. Jayant was running, the crow was flying, and that little wooden thing was going behind him. And then he kept on running, he kept on flying. But then he was exhausted. He went to Brahmaji, he went to Kailash, he went everybody, please save me. He said, we cannot save you. This is like the arrow of Lord Ram. So actually, Jayant, when he saw both of them, he wanted to test whether he's actually Lord Rama, he's actually Lord. So this is how he planned to test them. So then he realized his mistake. He apologized to the Lord, and thus he was excused by the Lord. Okay. And when Hanumanji goes to Lanka and he finds Sita Mata, then he says, tell me, Mata, something which I can tell Lord Ram so that he can trust me that I have met you. Then Sita Mataji tells, you narrate the story of Jayant because only me and Lord Ram were there. Lakshman was also not there. So only we two are witness of that pastime. So if you will tell that I have told you this pastime of Jayant, he will immediately believe you that you have met me. So this is how this son of Indra, Jayant, comes in, gets the mention in Ramayana as well. Okay. So let's go to text 8. Okay, Krishnamurti Mataji, would you like to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Prabhuji, sorry, Hare Bol.
Okay. Hare Krishna Mataji. Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. By his own potency, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has multifarious potencies, appeared in the form of the dwarf as Urukrama, the 12th son of Aditi. In the womb of his wife, whose name was Kirti, he begot one son named Bhastloka, who had many sons headed by Saubhagya. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. And now the 12th Aditya, Vishnu himself appeared in the form of Lord Vaman as the 12th son of Aditya. So in Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says in 10th chapter, Aditya Nam Aham Vishnu, that among all the Adityas I am Vishnu. And what is the name? Vaman. So as Vaman avatar, Krishna appeared, but you see the words by his own potency. He did not, it is not that he take birth like a normal human being from the womb of mother. Just now we had Krishna Janmashtami. So in Bhagavatam it is clearly mentioned that Lord appeared from where? On Krishna Janmashtami, on Janmashtami, from where Lord appeared? From which organ of Devaki Lord appeared? From the heart of Devaki. Yes, heart of Devaki. He appeared from the heart of Devaki. He was in the heart of Vasudev. From there he transferred to the heart of Devaki Ma, and from the heart of the Devaki appeared. And how he appears? By his own potency. Swa Mayaya, Yoga Maya. So from his own potency he appears. It's not the birth of like a normal process of birth, and it is not the like birth how we human beings take birth. So similarly, when Vishnu came as the 12th son of Kashyap and Aditi, again by his Yoga Maya, he appeared in the form of a dwarf, Vaman. And one of his name is Urukram also. And Vaman Dev wife name is Aditi, and both of them together had her son, Brihat Shaloka. And Brihat Shaloka had many sons, but the eldest son was Saubhag. Okay, so all of you know the story of Vaman and Bali Maharaj. Okay, so let's read further. Text 9, Sumati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Translation by Prabhupada teacher. Later in the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, I shall describe how Urukrama, the Lord Vamanadeva, appeared as the son of the great sage Kashyapa, and how he covered the 3 worlds with wisdom. I shall describe the uncommon activities he performed, his qualities, his power, and how he took birth from the womb of Aditi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And now Shukdev is telling Raja Parikshit that later I will describe you the pastimes of Lord Urukrama, Lord Vamandev. And this is described in the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, that how Lord Vamandev appeared as the 12th son of Kashyap and Aditi, how he covered the 3 worlds with his 3 steps, and what all uncommon activities he performed, his power, his qualities, his pastimes, everything is described in the 8th chapter. So 8th canto. So, but we know the story, right? We know the story of Vamandev and Bali Maharaj, so I will not repeat the story. We will go to the next shloka, text 10. Okay. Who will read? Nehal Mataji, would you like to read?
Can I continue, Mataji?
But yeah, let Mataji, any other devotee also read. Divya Mataji, would you like to read?
Krishna Mataji, shall I read, Mataji?
Yeah, Saras Mataji, ji, sure.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat. Text 10 by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Now let me describe the sons of Diti who were begotten by Kashyapa but who became demons. In this demoniac family, the great devotee Prahlad Maharaja appeared, and Bali Maharaja also appeared in that family. The demons are technically known as Daityas because they proceeded from the womb of Diti. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sorry, I think I got disconnected. Can you hear me now clearly?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Yeah.
I can hear
So
you.
now we were here. So now we will read about the sons of Kashyap Muni, which he got through Diti. They are known as Daitya. Do you know the name of the first two sons of Kashyap and Diti? They are known as the first two demons in this world.
Hiranyakashipu.
Sure.
Yes, Hiranyakashyap and Hiranyaksh, right? So now Parikshit, Shukdev ji is explaining to Parikshit Maharaj. Now let me describe the sons of Diti who became demons. And in this demonic family, there were two great devotees. What are the name of two great devotees who were in the same demonic family?
Prahlad Maharaj and Bali Maharaj.
Prahlad Maharaj and Bali Maharaj. And both of them are also two of the 12 Mahajans also. Bali Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj. Their name comes in 12 Mahajan as well. So these demons are technically known as Daityas because they proceeded from the womb of Diti. Because they are the sons of Diti, so they are called Daitya. Though Prahlad Maharaj and Bali Maharaj, they did not have the qualities of demon, but they were in the Daitya lineage. Okay, text 11. Who will read next text 11? Who has not read till now? Archana Mataji, did you read? Archana Jairam Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, I read. But if nobody is there, I will read.
Shija Mataji did not read. Shija Mataji, Ambika Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. First, the two sons named Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaka took birth from Diti's womb. Both of them were very powerful by the Daityas and the Danis.
Yeah. So both. Yeah, you can read the next also, 12 and 13, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. The wife of Hiranyakashipu was known as Kayadhu. She was daughter of Jamba and a descendant of Danu. She gave birth to 4 consecutive sons known as Samhalad, Anulad, Hilad, and Prahlad. The sister of these 4 sons was known as Simhika. She married a demon named Viprachit and gave birth to another demon named Ram. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So the first two sons of Kashyap Muni and Diti were Hiranyakashyap and Hiranyaksh, as you rightly said. And the wife of Hiranyakashyap was Kayadhu. Know the story of Kayadhu. Kayadhu was daughter of Jamb and Danu, and she gave birth to 5 children, 4 boys and 1 daughter. And Prahlad was the youngest of all, youngest of the 4 sons. So the other 3 boys were Sahlad, Anuhalad, Halad, and Prahlad. So Prahlad was the youngest of the son, and all the 4 boys had one sister, Simhika. Simhika was married to another demon called Viprachit, and both of them together gave birth to another demon, Rahu. We know the story of Rahu, right? And you know the story of Kayadhu also. So Kayadhu, when Kayadhu was pregnant, so that time Hiranyakashyap had gone to do tapasya. So when he had gone away, then Indra thought that Hiranyakashyap, he is so much terror. He has taken away our kingdom. He has expelled us from Swarga, and he 3 worlds he is spreading his terror. So when his son will come, he will also be equally bad. He will also do the same thing. So it is better to kill the to nip the thing in the bud only. So he wanted to kill the son in the womb of Kayadhu only. So he kidnapped Kayadhu. Then Narad Muni came, and Narad Muni scolded Indra, "What are you doing? This is such a bad thing what you are doing. You are kidnapping one woman, and that too pregnant. So you should not do that." Then Indra said, "No, I don't want, because we are so much terrified by Hiranyakashyap. So I don't want the same thing to happen again. I don't want another demon to take birth." Then Narad Muni said, "You don't worry. The son who is in the womb of Kayadhu is not a demon, is the greatest of Vaishnav. And you leave Kayadhu in my shelter under my protection. Till she gives birth, she will stay in my ashram, and then she will go back to her husband, but you don't worry about this son because he will be the greatest devotee of the Lord. So this is how Narad Muni took Kayadu in his ashram. And Kayadu was staying there throughout the pregnancy. Kayadu was staying with Narad Muni, hearing the Katha of the Lord, hearing the pastimes of the Lord, all the beautiful things about the Lord. And this is how Prahlad got to hear the Hari Katha, the womb. So when we say this, that it is very important that mother should listen good things during pregnancy, then we have two examples. One is of Prahlad and another is of Abhimanyu, that how they received the knowledge within the womb of the mother only. So Narad Muni would narrate the stories to Kayadhu and Prahlad would hear those stories. And that is how Prahlad developed the love for the Lord. And on due time, Prahlad was born. And up to few years, Prahlad stayed in the ashram of Narad Muni only. And there Narad Muni would tell him all about Lord Vishnu. And he learned everything about Lord Vishnu from there. And when he went to the school, in his Asur Gurukul, there he would teach the same teachings to all the Asur children. And then their teachers, the both teachers of Shukracharya, the sons of Shukracharya, they were very astonished. From where these all children are learning all these things? They didn't know that Prahlad is the one who is teaching all these things. And they would ask Prahlad, from where you know all these things? We don't teach you all these things. But Prahlad knew all these things from the womb. He had listened all these things about Lord Vishnu, the stories of Lord Vishnu, the pastimes of Lord Vishnu, the glories of Lord Vishnu from the womb of her mother. Okay, so that is why it is so important that mother should have correct consciousness throughout the pregnancy, and she should listen to the pastimes of the Lord. She should listen to the stories of the Lord, qualities of the Lord, so that the child also become Krishna conscious. Okay, so let's read next text, text 14. Who would like to read? Giridhar Gopal Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Okay, this one you read, Giridhar Gopal Prabhu, and next Mataji you read, Mataji who said Hare Krishna. Okay, text 14.
Translation by Srila Desi Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada. While Rahu in disguise was drinking nectar among the demigods, the Supreme Personality of Godhead severed his head. The wife of Samhalada was named Kriti. By union with Samlada, Kriti gave birth to a son named Panchajana.
Hari Bol. Mataji, you will read text 15.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Text 15 translation. The wife of Khlada was named Dhamani. She gave birth to two sons named Vatapi and Ilvala. When Agastya Muni became Ilvala's guest, Ilvala served him a feast by cooking Vatapi, who was in the shape of a ram. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. Now this is about the family of the demons. That Hiranyakashyap, he had 4 sons. And then what was their further family? Samhalad, he was married to Kriti, and both of them together had a son Panchajan. Then Halad, he was married to Dhamani, and both of them together had 2 sons, Vatapi and Ilvul. And the next shloka we will see, which is tomorrow. Halad, he was married to Surya, and they also had 2 sons, Bashkal and Mahesh. And Prahlad, we know the son of Prahlad was Virochan, and Virochan's son was Bali Maharaj. Right? And Simhika, she was married to Viprachit, and her son was named as Rahu. So Rahu, we know the story of the Rahu also, that Krishna, the Lord Vishnu, had cut the head of Rahu at the time of Samudra Manthan because he was drinking nectar sitting in the line of demigods, right? You all know this story. Haribol?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. And then this is the last line. When Agastya Muni became Ilval guest, Ilval served him a feast by cooking King Vatapi, who was in the shape of a ram. Does anybody know this story? What happened here?
No, Mataji.
No,
Mataji.
No, I heard that Vatapi wanted to come out from the stomach of Agastya Muni and kill him like that. No, Mataji.
Because even I don't know the story. I have heard about this, but I don't know the details. I know that I have heard this thing that once Agast Muni became the guest of a demon, and then he was served a feast by cooking a ram. But I don't know that this is Ilwal and Vatapi. Okay, so maybe we will try to find out, because I don't know the details much about this and I don't want to speculate on this one. So today we had to do up to 15 shlokas, and the 15 shlokas didn't have any purport. It is only basically description of the families. We are able to finish fast. If you have any question, any doubt, any realization you want to share, please go ahead. Do you know the name of other wives of Kashyap Muni? Diti and Aditi are very famous. There are another two famous wives.
The mother of Garuda and
yes, mother of Garuda and Aruni. Vanita.
Yes, Vinita.
Vanita and Kadru. Vanita and Kadru. So all the 13 were sisters. Then Vanita and Kadru were also sisters. And Vanita, she had two children, Garud and Aruni. And Kadru is the mother of Nagas, Sarpa. So this story also, we all know that how these two were. Kadru was always jealous of Vinita, and she wanted to have children, and she gave birth to the Sarpa. So basically, Kashyap Muni, along with his 13 wives, actually he is the he's the progenitor of all the species in this whole Brahmand. He gave birth to all the reptiles, all the animals, Daityas, Devatas. So different wives, they gave birth to different species. Okay. So we will stop here. If you want to ask anything or you want to share anything, you are most welcome.
Mataji, Danavas means demons, Mataji.
Danavas also mean demons, but Danava's mother was Danu. Like Aditya's mother was Aditi, Daitya's mother was Diti, and Danava's mother was Danu. She is also one of the wife of Kashyap.
Okay.
So the children of Danu, they are called Danav. But in English, we are using the same word demon because we know the language Hindi and Sanskrit are very rich as compared to English. So we have different words to denote different things.
Thank you.
Hari Bol. Anybody wants to ask anything? If no question, nothing. So maybe we can conclude the session early today. Yes, Mataji, sure.
Mataji, I want to know what is the purpose of creating demons? How are they serving in the creation? I mean, when Satyuga was there, it was only goodness, right? So how come these demons came about, and what was the purpose of creating them?
See, if we see what is the purpose of creating demons, so we have to understand that if darkness is not there, we will not appreciate the brightness. If night is not there, we will not appreciate the day. So if something wickedness is not there, we will not appreciate the good qualities of Devatas. So this is one reason that Krishna, the Lord Vishnu, he created everything because he wanted to have bad things so that we can appreciate the good things. Because Daityas are there, that is why we are able to appreciate the qualities of the Devatas. So this is one reason. And second reason was, which is spiritual, that why in Hiranyakashyap and Hiranyaksh, they were Jay and Vijay, right? They were the Parshad of Krishna only. They were the Parshad of Vishnu in Vaikuntha Lok. So why Krishna did this whole Leela that his own Parshad, he came down as Asuras in 3 births, Hiranyakashyap and Hiranyaksh, Ravan and Kumbhakaran, and Shishupal and Dantavakra. Because Krishna, Vishnu, he wanted to enjoy fight. He wanted to enjoy the Veer Ras. He was thinking, it's been a long time, I have not fought with anyone. And Vishnu cannot fight with an ordinary person. Nobody can match the stature of Vishnu. Only his own Parshad could match. So that's why it was for the pleasure of the Lord. It was to fulfill his desire that the 2 Parshad, this whole episode of Char Kumar and the 2 Parshad happened. That Char Kumar, they went to Vaikuntha and they wanted to go inside. And these 2 Parshad, Jay and Vijay, stopped them. And then they cursed Jay and Vijay. And then when Lord heard this noise, Lord came out of his seating place. And then by that time, poor Char Kumar had already cursed Jay Vijay. that you will become demon on the earth. Then Lord said, okay, you be merciful to them. So then Lord gave them option. Do you want to become a demon and have 3 births and come back to Vaikunt? Or you want to be my devotee and be away from me for 7 births and then come back to the Vaikunt? Then Jai Vijay said, no, we cannot stay away from you for long. So we want to become demon so that within 3 births we come back to Vaikunt. And then Jai Vijay, they became Hiranyakashyap and Hiranyaksh. This is how the advent of demons happened. So it was by the wish of the Lord only. And then in Treta Yuga, they become Ravan and Kumbhakaran. And Dwapar Yuga, they became Shashishupal and Dantavakra. So this is how it was for the fulfilling the wish of the Lord only. So from both point of view, it is important that we should have demons and Devata both. In Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada in the purport, he clearly writes that there are 2 types of people, demons and Devatas and Daitya. So who are Devatas? Who are the devotees of the Lord? They are demigods. They have demigodly qualities. They are Devatas. And who are demons? Who are atheistic, who don't believe in the Lord. They are Daityas. Okay? Is it okay, Mataji?
Yes, wonderful answer. Thank you, Mataji.
Haribol, Haribol. Thank you, Mataji.
Haribol.
Any other question?
Basically, it is to create variety in creation. Mataji, this
yes. Yes, to create variety in the creation and to have contrast variety, good and bad, day and night, evil and goodness.
But still so much difficulties from them, Mataji.
From the beginning, even in Satyug, if you see, Hiranyakashyap used to say, anybody who worships Vishnu, I will kill. So that was Satyug, but he was also doing the same thing. And the same thing is happening in Kali Yuga. When I was reading this, that Ilaval, he cooked the Vitapa and feasted Agastya. So it is like cooking a person, right? A human being. And this is happening in Kali Yuga also. So that means that type of heinous things were happening in Satyug also. But yes, the degree, the quantity was very less. Kali Yuga, it is widespread, but in Satyuga or Dwapar or Treta, it was less. But it was still there, even at that time. But in Kali Yuga, these heinous crimes are more, they are widespread. That is why it is called Kali Yuga.
Mataji, can you tell about Kashyap a little bit, Mataji? He is son of Brahma. Mataji.
Kashyap Muni is son of Brahma. Yes, he is one of the Saptarishi. He is the son of Brahmaji. And he is one of the Saptarishis, and he was given the task of creating progeny. Brahmaji gave this task of creating progeny to his sons. And Kashyap Muni was his task. This task was given to him by his father Brahmaji. And that's why he, along with his 13 wives, he created different types of species on the earth.
Okay, Mataji. So
not only everywhere, in the 3 lokas.
So he created all the species, all
yes.
the animals, reptiles.
Yes. Even Daityas in the even the Devatas in the Swarglok, Asuras in the Asurlok, he created. So in 13 lok, in all the 3 worlds, he did the creation.
Yes, very great. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question anybody wants to ask?
So, Mataji, is there any way of finding out your Gotra? Since some of us are not aware, what is the way of finding it out?
Finding the Gotras, actually, we all go back to our forefathers, right? Our parents, our grandparents to know. If you don't know, I really don't know what is the way we can find our Gotra. Ask your father, ask your grandparent. They might be knowing.
Sure.
But you see, all the Gotras are Kashyap, Bharadwaj, like this. Because we all descend from Saptarishis.
Right.
So our Gotras are basically after their names only. Gautam, Kashyap, Bharadwaj, these are the Gotras.
Yes, it's important to know that for the sake of Pitradan, right? So it's important we should know.
Very, very important. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji, and in case they say that in case we don't know what's your Gotra, they say you should say it as Achyuta Gotra, which is Lord Krishna's
yes
thing. So
yes. If we don't know our Gotra, we can say, but usually what I have heard that for the Dikshit devotees, their Gotra is changed to Achyut. Those who have taken Diksha from Guru Maharaj, so they become, especially in Gaudiya Vaishnav Sampradaya, So then their Gotra is changed to Achyut. Why? Because they belong to the family of Krishna now. They have come under the Sampradaya. So by connecting through their Guru Maharaj, they have connected to the Sampradaya, to the family of Lord Krishna, which is Achyut Gotra. But I think because Krishna is the most merciful, we all can request him to accept him in his family. So if you don't know your Gotra, you can request Krishna, Krishna, can I use Achyut Gotra?
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Also,
Thank
I have
you.
another question, Mataji. Can I ask?
Yes, sure.
So you said that a devotee would take 7 births for Jay and Vijay. They would take 7 births to go back to Godhead, whereas the demon it would take only 3 lifetimes. So why would a devotee take longer when he's already doing the devotion? Why would he take longer and a demon would take a lesser time?
It was not due to karmas. They are Vaikuntha Parshad. So it is not their karmas. It's only like 2 options Vishnu gave, that if you become my demon, you will be killed by my hand. You will be notorious. You will be terrible, and everybody will be terrified of you. So you will have very bad life, actually, very bad name also, but you will be very powerful. And I myself will come to kill you. And they said, yes, we want that. That is a mercy, that we will be killed by your hands. So we want to become demon. That's why they accepted this. See, we don't worship Hiranyakashyap or Hiranyaksh. We don't worship Ravan or Kumbhakaran, or for that matter Shishupal and Dantvakra, despite the fact that they are the Parshad of the Lord and in the Vaikuntha. Still we don't worship them. So we all have like negative feelings for them. So they took upon them that, okay, it's fine. We are ready to take it, but with your mercy, we want your mercy. We want to be killed by your hands. So that's why they took these 3 births. It's not that was due to karma, that being devotee, why it is taking long, and being demon, why it is taking short. No, it's Krishna gave them the choice and they took the choice. That's it. It was the wish of the Lord.
This does not apply in human life, right? So in human life, it is faster if we are a devotee.
Yes, but the law of karma did not apply to them.
Right. Thank you so much.
Mm.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Ji Mataji.
Yeah. Is there any difference between lifetimes of demons and devatas, Mataji?
Yes, in the Swargalok, the duration of the life and the duration of the day and the night, duration of the year is different from the lower planets. Even it is different from Earth, and it is different from Asuras also. But Asuras are also very, very powerful, and it is said that they are very, very opulent. Sometimes they are more opulent than Devatas also. But their life cycle is different. But what is the difference between Asurlok and Devlok? This I don't know. We know the Brahmaji's life and our we have that comparison. But this comparison I have not read anywhere, that what is the comparison between Asurlok day and night, or the life cycle at Asurlok and the Devlok.
Yeah, because they wanted to take the life of demons instead of taking as Asuras, right, Mataji? So 7 lives of Devatas, right?
Devatas must be very long.
Yeah. Yes, that's the reason I was asking about the lifetime of why did they take that